Yo.
First charges in Russian interference investigation prove probe is no witch hunt despite critics who coin fake news. The news broke on Friday night with suitable fanfare that the special counsel has brought the first charges, in the form of a sealed indictment, in connection with his investigation of Russian interference in our democracy and all things associated with it. I hope it didn't come as a surprise. While we still don't know exactly who has been indicted or on what kinds of charges the reporting, if true, should put to rest, with right-thinking folks, no pun intended, in this country, the notion that the special counsel's investigation is a hoax or a witch hunt or fake news. Regardless of how the French media, or the White House, or some Republicans on Capitol Hill may squeal about how unfair it is to treat the president and his minions this way when it is the Clintons who are dirty as sin, or, conversely, try to argue using their best alternative facts that the charges are proof the president didn't conspire with Russians to undermine the election, or that he didn't obstruct justice when he fired James Comey because the former FBI director wouldn't end the investigation, or he didn't abuse the power of his office by inappropriately trying to influence its outcome. The fact of the matter is someone who was, or is, associated with him is facing real legal jeopardy for something they allegedly did relative to the special counsel's investigative mandate. First charges approved in Robert Mueller's Russia investigation. Special counsel Robert Mueller's Russian has reportedly brought the first charges in relation to his Russian interference investigation. Saul Loeb /AFP/Getty Images. They will be arrested, tried, and if convicted, can receive a penalty up to, and including, jail time. Certainly, the president could pardon the offender, or offenders, and, for good measure, even fire the special counsel for having the gall to bring the charges in the first place. That's a president's prerogative, even when he exercises it unrighteously, or in a manner that would be illegal for the rest of us. But such executive action, if it comes to that, will not erase the fact that a highly regarded federal lawman, prosecutor, public servant of the highest integrity, while conducting an investigation of the highest office in the land and those associated with it, developed the probable cause to bring charges. And while that doesn't mean whoever has been charged is guilty, in a case like this, the American public should know the special counsel's prosecutors would not have sought a true bill of indictment from a federal grand jury if they did not think themselves highly confident in their ability to prove the charges before a judge and jury. Despite what some commentators have suggested, this isn't a bluff. Lawyer shared Trump Jr. Meeting talking points with Gremlin. President Trump is free to pardon anyone found guilty in relation to the probe, but it will not change the fact the special counsel found brought charges while investigating the highest office in the land and those associated with it. Joshua Roberts /Reuters. But it is a reasonable question to ask what happens next. It suggests water cooler talk, diner discussions, and even the pundits across the entire spectrum keep this in mind. The special counsel's actions have not been, are not, nor ever will be driven by political considerations. White noise and distractions of the kind we've seen this past week in regard to Russian purchase of uranium-1, the migrant bribery case, the dossier, charges of conflict of interests from political hack in Congress, or self-defeating Trump tweets about the special counsel's investigation itself. Doesn't he realize all that is potential evidence against himself? Do not influence either the direction of the investigation, save perhaps to generate more leads, or the decisions made about who to prosecute and when? Sure, the special counsel knows all about the games con men play, the uninformed and artificially heated rhetoric they spew when their backs are against the wall, and the fear that underlies it all, but that awareness doesn't mean he's the kind to play with pigs in their sty. And, if you think otherwise, then you don't know Bob Mueller. Trump claims Clinton, Dems are the ones who colluded with Russia. Those who say the charges prove Trump didn't obstruct justice when he fired FBI Director James Comey cannot obscure the fact someone associated with the president is facing real legal trouble. Alex Brandon/App. I worked for him in the FBI for 12 years, including 4 as one of his senior executives in the Bureau's Counterintelligence Division, as a special agent in charge of the Honolulu field office, and as the FBI's senior detailee to the Office of the Director on National Intelligence. He was a tough, driven and focused leader who guided us well in trying times. He was uncompromising in his determination to serve our great nation. He was unyielding in his dedication to the rule of law. And like his successor, he refused to let politics taint that determination and dedication in any way. Which means, if history is any judge, the indictment, if there's one, will be announced, with little to no fanfare if Mueller has his way, in the next couple of days, and the investigation will continue with laser-like focus on the pursuit of facts, without regard for the political firestorm that will surely follow in its wake. Because that's how Bob Mueller lives up to his oath to protect and defend the Constitution. Montoya is a retired FBI senior official who served as the National Counterintelligence Executive, Office of the Director of National Intelligence, and Special Agent in charge of 2 FBI field offices.